This problem I already explained yesterday. Today I am solving this problem. There are only two assets. One is residential house, second is agriculture land. Okay. You see this. Regarding residential house, you take full value of consideration less index cost of acquisition. You will get the gross long-term capital gain. In the gross long-term capital gain, you give deduction under section 54. There are two. One is new residential house. Another is deposit in specified bank, 80,000. Total deduction is 4,05,000. You deduct it. 1 lakh is the long-term capital gain on residential house. And you take the second one, full value of consideration of agriculture land. This is the value. Less selling expense 1,000. This is the net consideration. In the net consideration, you deduct index cost of acquisition. 3 lakh into index, 8,67,000. Then you take the index cost of improvement. Improvement cost is 12,900. Apply the index. You take the total. Total is 8,95,900. So you deduct it. Whatever answer comes, this is called as gross long-term capital gain. Gross long-term capital gain. For this, you give deduction under section 54B. It is not 54 only. It is 54. B. Under 54B, you give deduction. That is cost of new agriculture land. Cost of new agriculture land is the deduction under section 54B. 54B, that is 2,50,000. You deduct 2,50,000. Balance is 2,40,000. 2,40,000 plus 1 lakh. 3,40,000 is called as income from capital gain. Income from capital gain, you write it total. This is long-term capital gain on agriculture land. Total capital gain is 3,40,000. Okay, and this problem also I explained yesterday regarding Mr. Devraj. First point is furniture. Written down value is given, so it is short term. Second, B point, land situated in Bagalkot, December acquisition, sale 2020. 2020 is the year of sale, acquisition is 2005. 15 years held. This asset is held for 15 years, therefore it is long term. B point is long term capital gain and capital asset. And C point, purchase machinery in the year 2008 for 2 lakh. Sold in the March 2020. It is held for 12 years. It is held for 12 years, but the written down value of the asset is given. The written down value of asset is given, therefore it is short term. Remember this. This is not a long term. If the written down value of asset is given in the problem, then you consider that asset as a short term. So A point is short term, C point is short term. Then D point, the residential house in Belgium. Acquisition year is 2005. Sold in the year 2020. It is held for 15 years. Therefore, it is long term. Okay. In this problem, there are two short-term capital assets and two long-term capital assets. In this problem, some assets are long-term assets and some assets are short-term assets. That means point number A, point number C. Point number A, point number C are short-term. Short-term. And B and D are long-term. Okay. So first you calculate long-term capital gain. Then you calculate short-term capital gain. This is the way. Okay. In the first point, furniture cost is sold for 5,000. Its written down value is 1,500. What is capital gain on furniture? Yes. Yesterday you told it. What is capital gain on furniture? Sale value is 5,000. Written down value is 1,500. Yes. Sale value is full value of consideration is 5,000 and written down value is 1,500. What is the capital gain? Okay, it is 5,000 minus 1,500. Sorry. Furniture purchased for 5,000. It is purchased for 5,000, not sold for 5,000. And it is sold on 15/1/2020 for 6,000. Sold for 6,000. Full value of consideration is 6,000. Then written down value is 1,500. Therefore, profit is 4,500. And second point, you take the full value of consideration, deduct the index cost of acquisition. Second point. Third point, you take the sale value. Furniture cost is 2 lakh and sold in March 1,10,000. 1,10,000 is the sale value. Written down value is 81,000. You deduct 81,000, you will get the short-term capital gain. Short-term capital gain. And fourth point is you take full value of consideration less index cost of acquisition. Clear? To see this, I will calculate long-term capital gain first. B point, full value of consideration is 2,86,500. Its full value of consideration is 2,86,500 less index cost of acquisition. 58,500 is the cost, multiply by index. Its cost is 57,000. Sorry, 5 lakhs. Index cost is 1,44,500. You deduct it, you will get the capital gain on land. Capital gain on land. Long-term capital gain on land. B point. And C point is short-term capital gain. I'll take D point. D point is related with long-term capital asset. Therefore, you take full value of consideration less index cost of acquisition 1,17,000 into 289 divided by 117. Its index cost is 2,89,000. You deduct it. 84,000 is the long-term capital gain on residential house. Long-term capital gain on residential house. So income from long-term capital gain is total 2,26,000. In this way, you calculate. If there is a loss in long-term capital gain, you adjust in the long-term capital gain. If there is loss, you adjust in the long-term capital gain. So first head, long-term capital gains. In the first head, you calculate all the long-term assets, gain or loss. Then ultimate result is called as long-term capital gain. Okay. If this is a minus, if this total is minus, then you carry forward this loss to next year. Remember this point. If this is a plus, this is a profit. comes for calculation of income tax. If this is a minus capital loss, you have to carry forward to next year. Ultimate result. If there is a loss in one asset, profit in another asset, you adjust and take the ultimate result. If the ultimate result is gain, you take to the next step. If the loss is there, you write as capital loss, long-term capital loss, carry forward to next year. This is the point you remember. This is regarding short term. Long term. Now you calculate short term capital gain. First is full value of consideration 6,000 furniture. Then written down value you will deduct. Written down value on 1/4/2019 is 1,500 you deduct. Balance is 4,500. This is short term capital gain. Okay. On furniture. Then you take the full value of consideration of machinery 1,10,000 less written down value 81,000. 81,000 is the written down value, you deduct it. Then 29,000 is the gain. These two assets are short-term assets. These two are short-term assets. If there is a loss in short-term asset, you adjust in the short-term capital gain and take ultimate result to the outer column. You take ultimate result to the outer column. If gain is there, you take the gain. Here ultimate result is 33,500. 33,500 is called as short-term capital gain. Income from short-term capital gain. This is short-term capital gain. This is long-term capital gain. If the short-term capital loss is there, you adjust in the above amount. If the ultimate result of short-term capital assets is a loss, if the ultimate result of the short-term capital assets is loss, you adjust that loss in the above long-term capital gain. Above long-term capital gain. It is permitted, but don't adjust the above amount long-term capital loss in the short-term capital gain. This is the point you remember. Okay, and the total is 2,59,500. This is called as income from capital gain. Long-term capital gain plus short-term capital gain is equal to total capital gain. In this way you calculate. This is the problem already explained one. And come to this problem. This is the problem which is same as I already taken in the previous class and made some mistake. Remember this. This is the problem same as whatever problem I take in the previous class and made the mistake. But you take this problem very carefully. You see this problem very carefully. See this. Sri Satish purchased a residential house in the year 1997 for rupees 2,10,000 and spent 115,000 on its improvement. Its fair market value on 1/4/2001 was rupees 2,65,000. 2,65,000. Okay. Come on, tell me what is the cost of acquisition? What is the cost of acquisition? In this point, what is the cost of acquisition? You don't know. Purchased for 2,10,000 and on the same day improvement expense 15,000, 1997, and its fair market value on 1/4/2001 was 2,65,000. 2,65,000. This 2,65,000 is called as cost of acquisition. Cost of acquisition. Clear? Then he constructed an additional room at the cost of rupees 64,500. This is called as cost of improvement. This is called as cost of improvement in the year 2007 and 8. 64,500 into present index and index divided by index of 2007-8. Index of 2007-8, you will get the cost of improvement, cost of acquisition are given in the problem. And you see the next line. You see the next para. During the year 13-14, during the year 13-14, he negotiated with Raghu for the sale of said house. You see this. In the year 2013-14, he negotiated with Raghu for sale of the said asset for rupees 28,50,000. Means for 28,20,000, that asset sold to Mr. Raghu in the year 2013-14. Sold in the year 2013-14 to Mr. Raghu and received rupees 25,000 as advance money. 25,000 as advance money. This is the very important point. This is the very important point. You listen carefully. ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ರಿ. ಇದ ಅಸೆಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅಂದ್ರ ರೆಸಿಡೆನ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಹೌಸ್ ಅನ್ನ 2013-14 ದಾಗ ಒಪ್ಪಂದವನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದ, ಮಾರಿದ್ದ, ರಘುಗ್ ಮಾರಿದ್ದ. ಎಷ್ಟಕ್ ಮಾರಿದ್ದ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರ 28,20,000 ಮಾರಿದ್ದ. 2013-14 ದಾಗ ಮಾರಿದ್ದ. ಮಾರಿಕೇಸಿ 25,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದ. 25,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದ. ಯಾವ ವರ್ಷ ಮಾರಿದ್ದ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರ 13-14 ಮಾರಿ 25,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದ. ठीक है. However, Raghu failed to pay the amount, remaining amount within due date. Raghu failed to pay the amount within due date. Hence, the advance money was forfeited and retained by Satish. You see this. What happened? Raghu failed to discharge the agreement. Raghu fails to discharge the agreement. Therefore, the owner of the asset retained the retention money and forfeited the agreement. Forfeited the agreement. ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. 2013-14 ದಾಗ ಮಾರಿದ 28,20,000. ಮಾರಿ ಕೇಸಿ 25,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ. 25,000 ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ. ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದ ಅಡ್ವಾನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮನಿ ಅವನ ಹೆಸರು ಮೇಲೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಆದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ನು ರೊಕ್ಕ ಕೊಡ್ಲಾರ್ಕ ಅದು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ 25,000 ರೂಪಾಯಿನ ನೀವು ಕೊಡುದಿಲ್ಲ, 3 ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ. 3 ಕೊಟ್ಟಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ರಿಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮನಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ರಿಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮನಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಟು ಡೂ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿಸ್ 25,000? ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಟು ನಾ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಈಗಾಗಲೇ. ಈ 25,000, this 25,000 is to be deducted in the cost of acquisition. Remember this. This is deducted in the cost of acquisition. What is cost of acquisition? 2,65,000. In the 2,65,000, you deduct it. If it is before 1/4/2014, ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಟುಕೊಳ್ಳ್ರಿ. ಏನಂತಂದ್ರ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಬರೀತೀನಿ 1/4/2014. 1/4/2014 ಗಿಂತ ಪೈಲಾದಿತ್ತಂದ್ರ if this amount is relating to, the agreement is relating to before 1/4/2014, you deduct in the cost of acquisition. ಇದು ಯಾವ ವರ್ಷ ಐತಿ? 13-14 ಐತಿ. 13-14 means it is before 1/4/2014. Therefore, you deduct in the cost of acquisition. If it is after 1/4/2014, then you don't deduct in the cost of acquisition. Remember this. Remember this. This is the point. And the above house was sold. It is cancelled and again the house is sold for rupees 14,49,500 in August 2019. first sale cancelled and second sale is in the year 2019. First sale cancelled and second sale is in the year 2019. And selling expense is 15,000. Selling expense is 15,000. And next is he purchased new residential house for 2,15,000. Purchase of new residential house 2,15,000. Deposit 2,50,000. This is the information. ಸರಿ ನೆನಪು ಇರುದ್ರ ಈ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ದಾಗ ಏನೈತಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಫುಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರೇಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾನ, ಸೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆನ್ಸ್ ಐತಿ, ಆ ನಂತರ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ವಿಸಿಷನ್ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಐತಿ. ಯಾವುದು? ರಿಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮನಿ. ರಿಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮನಿ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ರಿಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಮನಿ ಅಡ್ಜಸ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡು ಆಯ್ತಾ. ಆ ನಂತರ ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಐತಿ. ಇಂಪ್ರೂವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆದ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಐತಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರ 54 ಡಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಐತಿ. ಡಿಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 54 ಐತಿ. 5 ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇದಾವು. 5 ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇವು ಇತರ ಕವರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಯು ಸಿ ದಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. Computation of long-term capital gain for the assessment year. You take full value of consideration 14,49,600. ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾರು ತಪ್ಪಿ ಪೈಲಾ ಯಾರು ತಗೊಂಡೇರಿ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋರಿ. ಪೈಲಾ ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಮಾಡಿದ, ಪೈಲಾ ಒಬ್ಬ ಯಾವ ಮಾರಿದ್ದ, ಆ ಪೈಲಾ ಮಾರಿದ್ದಂತ ಯಾರು ಸೇಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ತಗೊಂಡೇರಿ. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಏನ್ ಸೇಲ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಐತಿ ಅದನ್ನ ತಗೋರಿ. 14,49,600. Then next is selling expense, you deduct. Selling expense is 1,500. You deduct 1,500 selling expense. Then balance is you take full value of consideration, then selling expenses 15,000. 15,000 selling expense deduct, net consideration comes. In the net consideration, index cost of acquisition. You see this point very carefully. 2,65,000 is the cost, fair market value. In this you deduct retention money. If this retention money is before 1/4/2014, before 1/4/2014, okay. If it is after 1/4/2014, don't deduct here. Remember this point. Again and again I am repeating. In the previous problem it was 2015, wrongly I deducted. Once again I am repeating and telling my mistake. In the previous problem, March 2015 date was there. March 15 was there and wrongly I deducted in that problem. Remember this. 1/4/2014 before, if there is a retention money, you deduct. If retention money is after 1/4/2014, don't deduct. You take direct cost. So 2,40,000 into 249 divided by 100. Then you take the improvement cost. 64,500 is the improvement cost and apply it. Then total cost is 8,38,100. You deduct the total cost. Then gross long-term capital gain is 5,96,500. 5,96,500 is the gross long-term capital gain. Then you deduct the exemption under section 54. Cost of new residential house is 2,15,000. Next, deposit in notified capital gain account is 2,50,000. So total available deduction is 4,65,000. You deduct 4,65,000. Remaining balance is called as income from capital gain. Income from capital gain. This is the point you remember. Okay. and I solved different type of problems, and remaining problems I'll solve and upload to your YouTube. And today I complete this capital gain. Tomorrow or till tomorrow I'll upload all the problems, remaining problems. Okay. ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ನಾ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಗೇನ್ ಚಾಪ್ಟರ್ ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೀನಿ. ಇನ್ನು ಉಳಿದ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಏನಿದಾವಲ್ಲ ಬಿಡಿಸಿ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ಗೆ ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀನಿ, ನೋಡ್ರಿ.